Welcome to the Lifestyle You podcast. I'm your host and health and fitness coach, Jenna Altman, and I'm so glad that you're here. Health and fitness don't have to be that complicated. Do you want to achieve a body you're proud of, gain physical and mental energy, and grow your confidence without giving up date night with your partner or starving yourself? The Lifestyle You podcast will provide you with the tools that you need to make your health and fitness fit into your lifestyle, not the other way around. The stories, lessons, and actionable takeaways from original episodes and guest interviews on this podcast will not only allow you to break through those limiting fears and beliefs, but also find freedom and confidence in the way that you move and fuel your body so that you can live your strongest, healthiest, and happiest life. What is up, my friends? We are going to chat today about how to overcome the all or nothing mentality. So let's talk a little bit about the all or nothing mentality and how it shows up in your life. Have you ever struggled with killing it in the gym consistently for 4 to 5 days a week to then all of a sudden waking up and realizing you haven't been going to the gym in 2 months? Or maybe you eat healthy Monday through Thursday, but then the weekend comes along and you negate all the hard work you put in saying your diet starts over on Monday. This is a result of the sneaky all or nothing mindset. It can show up in many different ways, but today we're going to explore how it can keep sabotaging your progress towards your health and fitness goals. So let's talk about the dial method. This is something that I utilize with my clients to really help them sort of navigate that spectrum of what it looks like to be consistent instead of perfect. And when we talk about the all or nothing mindset, the all is really that perfection and the nothing is doing nothing. So really finding that consistency is somewhere in the middle. There is that in between, even though sometimes it may not feel like it. So when it comes to the dial method, the way that I like to go about this is asking my clients, really, what does it look like for your training to be a 10 out of 10? When I ask you that, I want you to really think about, like, what is me giving 100% of my effort to training? What does that look like for you? And I want you to really, really sit down and start thinking about what that 10 out of 10 looks like for training, for nutrition, for your career, for your other responsibilities that you have in your life, whether you're a mother, a caretaker, a sibling, a dog mom, whatever that looks like. Because once we get that 10 out of 10 on all of those spectrums, now we have a good idea of what it looks like to give 100% to all of those areas. But you and I both know that you cannot give 100% to 7 different roles that we play or the many, many roles that we play. And so there are going to come times when our fitness and our health are kind of placed on the back burner. And instead of shutting it off completely to a 0, you can actually just turn the dial down a little bit. So really, what does it look like to be a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 on that 10 out of 10 scale, on that dial for health and fitness? What does that look like? I want you to actually come up with some tangible sort of actions that you can take when, I only have 50% to give to this today. I only have 30 minutes to dedicate to training. I only have 30 minutes to dedicate towards planning my meals out. I only have 30 minutes for these things to fit into my day. So what does that look like for you? And again, I know it might not feel like it, but there is this possibility of an in-between. And the idea is to just keep forward progressing. We don't want to go from 100% to 0. We want to stay somewhere in that 50 to 80% range, right? We really want to show up daily and just be consistent in that attempt to showing up. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Whatever actions we're taking do not have to be perfect, but they need to be consistent over time. And when we create the space for the in-between, you start to realize that there is room for both your life and your health and fitness. There is room for both your millions of roles and responsibilities and your health and fitness. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Consistency is what matters above all. And you all know that I am a firm believer, and my whole goal of this podcast is to teach you guys that you can really have it all. You can have a life, live your life, and that doesn't have to interfere with your health and fitness, and vice versa. Your health and fitness should fit into your lifestyle, not the other way around. That is the goal of this podcast. And so your food for thought today is going to be, what does a 10 out of 10 look like for you in your training, in your nutrition, in your work, in your role as a mother, in your role as a caretaker? This is going to be the absolute healthiest version of you and the actions that you take for that day. And then on that same dial, what does a 5 out of 10 look like for you, especially as it relates to our health and fitness? What does a 3 out of 10 look like for you? What does just showing up bare minimum look like for you? And another way to think about this too, and part of the food for thought for today is going to be something called your non-negotiables. So what are the things that no matter what you do in your day, no matter how crazy your day is, no matter what happens, if the day blows up, what are 2 to 3 things that you will do to move that dial forward? What does that look like for you? All right, y'all. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that you are able to implement this in your own journey so that way you stop being defeated by that all or nothing mentality, because once we have this awareness around it, we can actually monitor this and make it more about consistency instead of perfection. So you guys got this. Really excited for you to implement this, and keep me posted with how it goes for you. Thank you for listening to the Lifestyle You podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a 5-star rating and review to help others discover the magic we're creating together. If there's someone in your life who could benefit from listening to this episode, be sure to forward it along to them. You can also follow me on Instagram at Jenna Ray Altman for more helpful content, resources, and good vibes. As always, thank you so much for being here.